Wow. Yeah, I never thought that I would say this, but King Shark is adorable, and he's a literal killing machine. Hey, what's up? My name is Nelson, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. All right, first off, I got to talk about that cast. It's freaking amazing. You got Idris Elba as Bloodsport. You got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She's freaking great in this. You got John Cena as Peacemaker, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, always awesome, and Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. He was really good in this one. I thought in the first one he was just super annoying and like he just got in the way and took away from a lot of the characters in the movie. But in this one, he's just so great, and he ended up being one of my favorite characters. And Daniela Melchior as Ratcatcher. They were all cast so perfectly. I loved all of these characters first off. But oh man, James Gunn directing this movie, man, dude, thank you. Way better than the 2016 one I can completely forget. I love the storyline. I love all the interactions between all the characters. I love how Bloodsport and Peacemaker are having like this competition because they're very similar in skill. And I love the relationship between King Shark and Ratcatcher. It's so cute and so funny and it was great. And Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, she was awesome in this. Definitely her best performance as Harley Quinn, in my opinion. It's so funny. I love how this movie's rated R. But it needed to be rated R. I mean, they literally have bombs in their neck, and it wouldn't have worked if it was just PG-13. That for one. I mean, that the 2016 Suicide Squad, it was a complete mess. But one of the reasons why I think it was a mess was because it wasn't rated R. That just never helped it. Yeah, I love the blood and the gore in this movie. They really cranked it up to 10. I love the way this movie looked. I love the cinematography in this movie. The camera work was just it's some of the best camera work I had ever seen in a comic book movie. This is probably kind of, controversial to say, but I feel like this is the best camera work we've seen since Captain America Winter Soldier, to be honest, and that is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, and the fight choreography throughout this movie was pretty amazing. The hand-to-hand combat throughout this movie I really did love, and it was some of the best I've seen in a DCEU movie. James Gunn, I really got to give it to him for this one. I mean, he did so good. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, it definitely gave me those feels at sometimes, and this movie it's right up there with Guardians of the Galaxy for me. This movie is just as good as some of the MCU movies, in my opinion. It's completely different, but I'm saying it's right up there. And and not a lot of these DCU movies are right up there with the MCU. MCU's always right ahead, but with this movie, it's really close for me. But I love Starro, the villain Starro in this movie. I mean, he was insane and just ripped right out of the comic books. I feel like I really do. I feel like it was just ripped right out. The way he looked was amazing. The CGI in this movie, top freaking tier. And there's a scene where Harley Quinn gets captured, and the tone of the movie completely changes. But it's done so well, and it doesn't feel like it's out of place at all. And not a lot of movies can do that. There's so many movies where they try to change the tone of the movie and it just fails. But James Gunn did so well with that, and it's one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. And I love how Harley Quinn, they really captured her craziness in this movie. They really understood how she felt and what the Joker did to her, and I really like how it showed how much the Joker really messed her up. I mean, they did it really well in Birds of Prey, but this one, I feel like they really showed her craziness perfectly in this one, and just how messed up, how badly the Joker messed her up. I love that. But yeah, I love this movie. I recommend going to see it in theaters. I mean, I debated on just watching it at home and watching it on HBO Max, or going to see it in theaters, and I just decided at last minute to go see it in the theaters, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's just so cinematic, and all the explosions and all the gunfights and everything throughout the movie. It's so worth going to see with loudspeakers and just seeing on the big screen. I really do recommend that, if possible, for you to go to the theaters. I'm going to have to give this movie 100%. I honestly don't see any fault with this movie at all. I honestly feel like this movie is completely perfect. I just enjoyed myself so much, and I've never felt so excited to talk about a movie in so long. It was amazing. Well, my name is Nelson. Follow me on Instagram at Nelson Reviews. Follow me on Letterboxd at Nelson48. Peace out.